everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the Beast Chopper Converting Zord from Power Rangers Beast Morphers. This is the Zord for the Beast Morpher Yellow Ranger. You can see it has a helicopter mode and a rabbit mode. Very neat there. Packaging, very colorful, very fun. Cool picture of the rabbit over here, which is also on this side of the packaging. On this side you have a picture of the Megazord and the Ultra Zord. Nothing really going on the bottom. Top has that nice new Power Rangers logo. Spin around to the back. Rabbit mode. Helicopter mode. The other five, well, all five Zords are listed over here. As well as the Beast X Megazord and Ultra Zord. So pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead. We'll get this guy out of the box and we'll take a closer look. So here is the Beast Chopper Zord in rabbit mode. It's definitely my favorite out of the two modes. Not that the Chopper's bad. We'll get there in a moment. But I just like the rabbit better. You can see he still has the face mask for the combined Megazord head just hanging off his butt. The Sentai version was exactly the same. But something new, you can see there's another piece underneath here. And this just pegs in one spot right there. When you take this off, these actually peg together, and it kind of forms like a complete Megazord helmet, which is actually pretty cool. The Sentai one just had the faceplate. It just kind of stuck onto the front of the Red Zord's face in robot mode, and they're going full-on helmet here, so I have to appreciate that. That's actually kind of cool. I don't know how it'll work out once we get to the combined Megazord. Obviously, we'll take a look when I can find a Red Racer Zord, or whatever the red one's called. I don't know what they're going to call it. Probably Beast Car Zord or something like that. We'll see. Haven't been able to find one in a store. But anyway, I can appreciate the two parts of the helmet there, so that's kind of cool. So that just pegs underneath. This pegs on two pegs on his butt right there. Otherwise, you have some nice paint. I think the rabbit head is painted very nicely with the black, the silver, the red. You have some black down here on the feet, the guns. This is actually a gray piece with the yellow painted on top. These can come off. They'll combine on the sword later, but otherwise they just kind of peg onto the side here, chill out. And then you have the helicopter blades up top for the rabbit ears. So yeah, all told, I really like the I keep wanting to call it robot mode. It doesn't have a robot mode, it's rabbit mode. The gold and the red obviously have a beast mode, a robot mode, and a vehicle mode. The smaller ones just have beast and vehicle, so. But yeah, looks good, painted nice. Not really any articulation to speak of. I mean, technically, I guess the legs can move out a little bit to the side, but that's really just for the transformation. And these legs can kind of move a little bit, but again, it's really just the transformation. So not really any articulation to speak of, but pretty decent. We'll go ahead and get into the chopper mode. So you're going to pretty much just disassemble them. You're going to take this piece off, unpeg the helmet underneath. There we go. This whole front section will come off, so put that off to the side. You're left with this. You're going to fold the back rabbit legs in together, and then this whole section will rotate around and kind of forms the tail fin of the helicopter. You have some nice spinning wheels, which I appreciate. Very, very cool. You're going to come back to this section, flip these up. You're going to pull out the robot or the rabbit head, turn it around, peg it back in, and you can see there's kind of a little canopy painted copper right there, which I like. And then you're going to, instead of attaching it up here for the rabbit, you're going to attach it down here. There's an extra set of pegs right down here. So peg that in there. And now you can see that it rolls on the four wheels, because there's wheels up here as well. You're going to take this, kind of put these out to the side. This is going to peg in on these two pegs here. So peg that on there. Put these out so that the 4 points are kind of perpendicular to each other, all at 90-degree angles. That'll clip on right there, and then this is actually going to go, whoops, that fell off, we'll get that in a second. This is going to peg in right back where it was. Yeah, I just didn't have it pegged in all the way. So it doesn't actually fall off that easily. And then this can spin around. And I think it's a pretty decent looking little helicopter mode, I have to be honest. The Sentai one, they just had the fists fold down. Like, this was just completely absent, and you just folded the fists down. I don't even think you can do it with the way this combines. And they had a little bit of copper paint on them, and that was supposed to be the canopy. It really didn't work. I always hated that about the Sentai version. I think this one actually works decently. I think that's pretty cool. If you do want, you can, just like with the Gorilla, you can switch this around and have the robot head in the vehicle mode if you so choose. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, I think it's a decent little helicopter mode. I definitely think it's more successful as a helicopter than the Sentai version. You also have a little bit of red and blue painted on the feet here. So they're kind of like siren lights or something like that. Pop this off again. But yeah, I think it works. I really do. I think it works pretty decently for the, I don't know what you call it, cab. It's not really a cab on a helicopter. Cockpit. There you go. Cockpit, that's what it's called. So yeah, it's not bad. I think it's decent. Like I said, I definitely prefer the rabbit mode out of the two, but I think this one is actually not bad. A little bit more successful than the Sentai helicopter. So at the end of the day, I like the Chopper Zord, Beast Chopper Zord, the Rabbit Zord, whatever you want to call it. I think they did a pretty good job with it. I think the Rabbit mode is definitely my favorite out of the two. I think it's the more successful mode, but I think the copter's perfectly fine. I think they did a nice job with the cockpit, definitely more successful than the Sentai toy. The problem for me is that this was $29.99, the same price as the Gorilla, and at least with the Gorilla, he has size on his side. He's very large. Both modes are fairly big. This guy really could have been, I feel like, 20, 25 tops. I guess they just wanted to keep them all the same price point, but I feel like, and maybe because a lot of times with lines like this, what the manufacturer will do is some will be very large, a little bit heavy on the plastic, paint applications, etc. And then, you know, one in the line or two in the line will be a little bit lesser on the size and paint apps and everything. And that's how they balance it out. You see it a lot in like Marvel Legends. Every figure in the line is $20. You have a Hulk who's huge and massive, a huge hunk of plastic. And then you have someone like Spider-Ham who's not. And so that's how they balance it out. Like, instead of charging, you know, 15 for Spider-Ham and 25 for Hulk, they just make them all 20, and, you know, it kind of balances each other out. And I'm kind of assuming that's the deal with, say, the Rabbit and the Silver Beetle, as opposed to, like, say, Gold and Red. Like, Gold and Red are probably, should be more than 30, but because these two are smaller and they're all 30, it balances out. So that's kind of what I'm telling myself. We'll see what happens when I finally get Red and Gold. But that's kind of my thinking. I think this one and the Silver Beetle are the same price to offset Red and Gold, which are probably a little bit more intensive at the same price point, because they're triple changers. They're a little bit bigger. So I think that's going to, in the long run, work out, that they're all the same price. And that's why, yes, if you look at this by itself, $30 seems like a lot for this, but I think it's because throughout the line, they're making up for each other. In any case, I think the Rabbit looks good. I like the copter mode. Not really much else I can do with him on his own right now, just kind of transform him back and forth, but I'm very excited to get the Red so that I can make the Beast X Megazord. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd like to hear your opinions on this guy. What do you think? Please post a comment below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.